Chat. I want to talk to all my single people. Okay, all the single people in the world. There's a lot of single people in the world. Men, women, black, white, gay, straight, American, non-American, everything in between. Especially, the younger people. I know loneliness is something that's very common. I've talked about that before. The loneliness does not have a particular face. Good looking people can be lonely. Not so good looking people can be lonely. Rich people can be lonely. Poor people can be lonely. There's loneliness with people who are in the 50s and above and people who are younger, all of that. People who are single, I've heard all kinds of manifestation. I want a boyfriend, I want a girlfriend. I've had some people talk about I want a boyfriend before the end of this year. I want a wife before the end of this year and things like that. Especially to the single people who've never been in relationships. I want to talk to y'all. You're not missing anything. I promise you this on everything. You're not missing anything. This dating pool, hey, Jesus. This dating pool is so polluted, my dear, that as in it needs chlorine, it needs bromine, it needs salts, sea salts, table salts. In fact, it needs acid, it needs electricity. In fact, somebody needs to use electricity and electrocute all the parasites inside the dating pool. You're not missing anything at all. If na konji they worry you, my dear, boncha wouldn't do marry them because take matters into your own hand. I wouldn't why. There's rose. They have the rose. You can get it from Amazon.com. You can get it from eBay. Over on eBay, if you live here in the US, you can go to one of those stores and buy something. They help you take matters into your own hand. A boncha, wouldn't do marry them abola too much before a boncha get yabo. I'm going to again. You're sakashia. You got to be careful now, boy. Be careful. It is not that people are bad. The issue is that a lot of people are not doing what they need to do in order for them to form healthy relationships. I've talked about this before. A lot of us who are not born in love. In my opinion, most people in this world are what I call oops babies. Okay, they're not planned. They're not born in love. They're not raised in love. We don't know what love is. Which is not our fault. A lot of that childhood trauma that we went through is not our fault, but it's still our responsibility to heal from it. A lot of people are not taking that initiative, being responsible enough to heal, whether it's go to therapy, read, study, whatever it is that they need to do to exercise their minds, mind, body, and spirit to heal and rectify that which is broken. Making peace with themselves first before they can form a healthy relationship with somebody else. Most people are not doing that. As a result, the dating pool is just toxic as hell. So you, the person who is single, who is looking for a boyfriend, who's looking for a girlfriend, it feels like you're the only person being left behind, especially when you see on social media, everybody, with their boo. They're having a good time going to Bahamas and, what's it called? Valentine's Day and doing all that shit. You feel like you're being left behind. You're not missing anything. First of all, a lot of those relationships are not as real as you think they are. That ain't nothing but facade. True love doesn't necessarily need to end up in the internet. There's nothing wrong with being on the internet and posting your boyfriend, your boo, and things like that. Nothing wrong with that. But if it's always on the internet, I give it a side eye. A lot of those relationships are not, a lot of these couple goals are not as realistic as you think they are. This is why they don't last. My dear, you're not missing anything at all. That isn't, listen, this dating pool, as in this pool, that people are looking for, boyfriends, looking for girlfriend, looking for husband, looking for wife. Inside the same pool, my dear, the parasite that's inside this, in fact, it has virus, bacteria, everything is inside. Y'all don't missing anything at all. Stop comparing yourself with some of these struggle relationships that are so vapid, okay? Very vain and very, like surface level facades. Right? And work on yourself and get comfortable being by yourself. I'm single by choice. I talk about that all the time. I'm happily single by choice. I have zero interest to change that anytime soon. It's going to be like that for a long time. Do not argue with me. I'll block you. I don't like people who argue. This is just my choice. My choice. I'm working on myself. I got other things that I'm working on, and I'm taking my own advice. Working yourself, focusing yourself. Your right people will follow. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. A lot of these people who get together in these relationships that don't really work out, sometimes if they're being honest with you, will tell you that they actually regret the whole thing because they walk away from that relationship broken, mentally broken. Sometimes they walk away with STDs, sometimes incurable STDs that will always remind them of the mistake that they made. Sometimes they walk away, pregnant. You get pregnant with the wrong person. Sometimes they walk away with criminal records, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody don't piss you off and now you don't beat the shit out of somebody, because of how toxic it was. Sometimes they walk away with debts. They walk away, so broken that sometimes they feel like it wasn't even worth it. Like, what was the point of that? Work on yourself. It doesn't matter where you live. Whether you live here in Houston, New York, London, Chicago, Lagos, or anywhere you are, my dear, the dating pool on a shishi. As in, the thing is, all the knock or suck away. Because we don't want to Google. Not on your kitchen and focus on your focus, my dear. Work on yourself, go to therapy, work in your body, mind, and spirit, and deconstruct a lot of the fuckery that you were taught of what love is. Only then, when you become a one whole person, would you be able to find somebody else who is one whole with you. And with that person, you can be 1 + 1 = 1. And there are good people out there. There really are good people out there. Those people do exist. They're rare to come by. It's just that the batshit crazy ones are too bright and too, you notice them more. But the only way you can recognize those good people and gravitate towards them and them towards you is when you've worked on yourself. Then you'll be able to recognize each other. Work on yourself. Hop on that, all these relationships in our on Facebook, Instagram, Cardi B, couple goes and my dear, also na abapa. They are just showing you the highlights reels. To shame the enemies and things like that. When the camera is off, my dear, also na aba. I've observed all kinds of struggle relationships. Like both of you are there. I don't know who you people are acting film for. You want to convince me that you people are in love. What do you go? Even you're speaking two different languages. Your energy, this one's energy is going this way. This one's energy is going this way. Focus on yourself, my dear. Focus on yourself. This dating pool on a shinshi, they smell. It needs bromine, chlorine, salt. It needs, in fact, just pour away the water. Pour the water away and just wait to get me in here. Uche, peace and love.